So yesterday we have already discussed what exactly the cloud is and what is an on-premises. Okay. So now let us start with this. Azure data engineering. Okay, let us start with Azure data engineering. Just a minute, give me a second. Sorry. Okay, guys. So sorry, I got some call. So now, guys, let's start with this Azure data engineering. So already yesterday we have discussed the basics of what is Azure data engineering and what are the services which are provided under this Azure data engineering. Okay. So the first one is, what is that we have it? We have as the Azure data factory, which we call it as ADF, for which you people are attending the session right now. And apart from this, we have the another that is service of this Azure data engineering, that is ADB. Whereas this Azure data engineering, whether it can be the Azure data factory or the Azure Databricks, or it can be the Synapse, it can be the Synapse. So what is Synapse, guys? Any idea? Yes, everyone? Yeah, I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm audible now. So
Synapse is a
Yes,
data
sir.
analytics tool where we can do the streaming process.
yes, exactly. So hence the Synapse is nothing but Synapse is called as a data warehousing. It is nothing but the data warehouse of the Azure. So the Azure data engineering is nothing but it is provided by, what is that? Microsoft. It is a service provided by, what's that? Microsoft. So Microsoft is marketing their cloud products with a name called, what is that? Azure. So these are all the services. What is it? We have it Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, and then we have the Synapse, and then we have even ML, that is called as machine learning, and even we have the artificial intelligence. All these are the services, guys. These are the services provided by the Microsoft. Services provided by, what is that? Microsoft. Getting my point? So all of you are clear with what is a cloud. So what is clouds basically and what is on premises? Yesterday we have already discussed it. So those who are attending today, just raise your hands or just talk to me. How many people are attending today directly? Yesterday, those who have not attended. Anyone? Okay, only 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 people. Okay. Anyways, no issues. So we'll just go accordingly. So guys, we have what is that? The cloud and what is that? On-premises. These are the two environments we have it. These are nothing but called as what? These are the two environments. And now using this Azure data engineering, okay, using this Azure data engineering and its services, guys, using the Azure data engineering and its services, we move the data from on-premises to cloud environment and from one cloud environment to another cloud environment. Getting my point? From one cloud environment to another cloud environment. Now, guys, so what is this clouds basically? Now, guys, let us take an example here. So, like many of us must be having a habit of reading some books, isn't it? Yes, guys. You don't have a habit of reading the books?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we almost all many people we have a that is habit of reading the books. Now, prior to this digital world was introduced to us, we were more physical. That means we used to go to the book houses and buy the books and read the books, whether it can be the story books or it can be any kind of the comics, or it can be any kind of etc type of various books. Now instead of going to the book housery and buy a physical book, what is the pattern we are following right now? Tell me now. If at all you are habituated of reading the books or some articles, what is the pattern we are following? Are we going physically to the book house or book library or buying the books or not? No. What is the pattern you are following? Tell me.
PDF file. PDF file.
We are taking the support of that
Google
means
Chrome.
directly. Yes, we are taking the support of Google, and as well as we are searching on the internet, and we are getting that particular document and reading the document. That is nothing but in a digital manner. That means if you're viewing that in your mobile phone or in your laptop or whatever the gadget you have it, that is nothing but you're reading. We have almost all moved from physical books to what is that? That is digital books. Am I right, guys? Can I use this word? Yes, guys, tell me. We have almost all moved from physical books to what is that? Digital books. We are reading, yes, digital store. Directly we are reading the things from the digitally, isn't it? So in the same way, what we have done, tell me now, in these days, what we have done? We all have been moved, and almost all in every sector it is there. We are, that is nothing but everything is getting digitized. Even the money, physically we used to carry the money previously. Now, are we carrying the money? No, simply we carry our mobile phone. And we go to the shop and we do the entire shopping with the help of what? How do you make it?
Paytm.
It can be phone pay, it can be the Google Pay, it can be the pay, whatever the digital platform you have it, using that we pay it. So that means we have moved from, that is nothing but physical carrying of the money or physically purchasing the books, from physical way to what is that? Digital way. Am I right, guys? From the physical way to what is that? Digital way. In the same way here also, the corporates and the business entities now, and corporates and business entities, what they have done now, they are moving their environments from physical environments to what is that? That is called as the cloud environment. So hence we call it as what? Yes, guys, we call it as what? On-premises to what is that? Clouds. We call it as what? On-premises to what is that? Clouds here. On-premises means what? Physical. So that means now suppose some data information is now, guys, you have a laptop or you have a desktop at your home or at your place. In that you have a resume. Suppose you want a copy of the resume. Previously what we used to do, we used to open our laptop, We used to open our laptop. We used to check for that particular document of your resume and then take a printout. Now what we are doing, we are storing that into what is that Google Drives. Now we have what is that Google Drives. So simply from the Google, you are sitting it anywhere in the world and you are able to access your resume or your document saved by you. So you have moved from physical manner to digital manner, isn't it? That means the physical manner is nothing but the computer which we used to store the resume or etc. document previously. That is called as what? On-premises. That is called as what, guys? On-premises. And now you have moved it to what is that? Google Drive. So hence the Google Drive is nothing but called as what is that? Cloud environment. So this is nothing but basically the difference between the on-premises and what is that? Cloud environment. Now guys, let us try to see basically for the process of now what is that? We have it Azure data engineering and Azure data engineering, and we are seeing the service called what? ADF. That is called as what? Azure Data Factory. That means this Azure Data Factory is a service provided by Microsoft to perform the job of what is that? ETL. To perform the job of what is that, guys? ETL, which stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and what is that? Loading. So for the process of extraction, transformation, and loading, we require the following. What is that? We require the source. We require the source. So that means what? Source, and the second one is called as what is that? We require the target. Getting my point? Between these two, that is called as the source and target. Between these two called source and target, guys, we perform the job of what is that? ETL. That means the service called ETL will be that is applied between the two. What is that? Source and what is that? Target. Now, what do you mean by source? Can you tell me what do you mean by source? Source is nothing but a place where actual information or data is stored. A place where actual information or data is stored is referred as what is that? Source. So hence we also call it as what? Source of data. Yes, guys, we call it as what? Source of data. That means what? A place where we can find the information is called as what? Source. So what is the source we can have it, guys? What is the source we can have it? We can have the source, that is nothing but we can have the data and what is it? Kept in a files. Files means what type of files we can have? CSV files, comma separated value files, CSV stand for. Then we can have what is that? Excel files. Okay, then we can have what? Text files. Yeah, then what is the other format of files we can have? Tell me now. JSON files, JavaScript object notation files. Then we have what is that? Parquet file. And then we have what is that? Avro file. Avro file. So these are the various formats of files we can find it. That means we can get the data into the following sources. We can get the data into what is that? Following sources. It can be CSV, Excel, text, JSON, Parquet, Avro, etc. Apart from this, we can also find the data in what is that? Databases. Means what? Yes, guys. What do you mean by database? Database is nothing but a place where information is recorded in the tabular format. That is in the form of what? Rows and columns. So hence we can say that it can be the Oracle database. It can be the SQL Server database. It can be the Sybase. It can be the Informix. It can be the Teradata, etc. These are the various sources of getting the data. So we can say that source is nothing but a place where information is recorded. So we can have the information recorded, guys. We can have the information recorded in the following sources. What is that? We have it files or database. And what does it E will do? The E is nothing but it is the process of extraction of data. It is the process of what is that? Extraction of data. That means the data will be extracted from these data sources into the environment. Is called as what? E. Where T stands for what is that, guys? Transformation. That means Transformation is nothing but it is an actual process where the data is converted or changed into the required format. So whatever the required format need to be loaded into the target, that will be done by the, what is that, in the process called what? Transformation. And loading means what? Whatever the data is transformed, ultimately loaded into the target. So hence, for the process of ETL, that is called as what? Extraction, transformation, and loading, we require the following things. What is that? Source and what is that? Target. Between the source and between the target, we require what is that? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Okay, guys, is it clear for everyone? Yes, I want an answer, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
yeah. So now, guys, we'll move the session in such a way that even if you people, some of you might not be from the IT background, so even if you are new, you should know the very basics of it. So let us start from the very scratch level now. Today we'll start up with the very scratch level and get into the subject now. Now, guys, let us see first of all, what is a language? Anyone, any idea about the language?
Language is the way to communicate with anyone.
Exactly. Very good answer. That means language is nothing but it is a means of communication. Okay. Please, that is nothing but it is a means of, what is that? Okay, means of what is that? Communication. It is nothing but what is that? Means of communication. It is nothing but what? Means of communication. So you and me are interacting with each other, isn't it? You and me are interacting with each other, guys. So now to interact with each other, we are using a means of communication. So what is the means of communication right now? We are using it. What is the means of communication we are using it right now? English, exactly. Can make sure. Yeah, so we are using a, what's that? A means of communication called what? English, to interact. Why we are interacting with each other? Tell me now. Yes,
To convey our message.
Yes, very good, excellent. That is nothing but to share the knowledge. To share the knowledge. So hence we can say that language is nothing but it is a means of communication between two people, or that is nothing but to share the knowledge. That's it. In the same way, we are interacting with each other in a language called English, because we all understand the language called, what is that? English. So in the same way, if at all you wanted to interact, guys, if at all you wanted to interact with the computer, does the computer understand our English?
No.
So for that, we have to use the computer languages. Yes, exactly. So for that, we use what? C, C++. Then we use what is it? Java. Then we use it. What is that? We have it, etc., etc. Other languages we use it. Okay, C, C++, Java. So now, guys, using this language, what we do? We interact with the computer. We interact with, what is that? Computer. And as we interact with the computer, what we do by interacting with the computer? Using this language, we interact with the computer to develop what? Packages. So can you see here, what do you mean packages? Yes, guys, packages are nothing but these are called as ready-made applications. These are called as what? Ready-made application, which is used to achieve a specific task. A specific task. That is nothing but, suppose you wanted to design a resume. You wanted to design your resume. What is the format we choose in a computer? Yes, guys?
Text format.
Text format. You want to put the data, some calculations you want to put it. What is the format we choose it?
Excel.
Excel. Now you want to give some presentations. For that, what is the format we choose it?
PPT.
PowerPoint. Exactly. Now, guys, this PowerPoint, or can you, what's it we have it? That's PowerPoint, or we have the Excel, and then we have the Microsoft Word document. Are you going to use it, or are you going to create or develop it? Tell me now.
Oh, we are using it.
We are using it, not creating. We are using it. Simply we are using it. So hence we all are called as what? End users anyways. Isn't it or not? We are the users, end users. So whereas these packages called, what is that, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. These are called as what? Packages. These packages are developed by using, what is that, languages. So now guys, we interact with the computer in order to develop the packages using the languages, and these packages are used to achieve a specific task, and hence these are used by the end users, isn't it? So whereas now can we say that languages are called as what? Technical applications. Can we say this? Technical applications. So now that under this technical applications, we have, what is it, all languages. That means all the languages comes under, what is it, technical applications. Now, what is that? We have the packages now. So packages means what? We don't write any code for running a package. Simply we double click and the same will be executed. So hence we call it as what kind of applications, guys? Functional applications. These are called as what, guys? Functional applications. So that means all the packages, guys, all the packages are called as, what is that? Functional application. Okay, what is that? Functional applications. Functional, what is that? Application. So here we have, what is that? Technical applications and functional applications. Now guys, suppose if we combine these two applications, what does it give rise to? Can anyone tell me? If we combine these two applications, that means we combine the technical applications. Yes, guys, we combine the technical applications. Yes, we combine the technical applications and we combine the functional applications. So hence together, both of them give rise to what? Yes, any idea, guys? Give rise, if at all we combine these two applications together, it gives rise to what? Techno-functional. Yes, techno-functional. Yes, tell me, go ahead. Techno-functional. It is called as what? Techno-functional, where it is the combination of technicality as well as the functionality. Technical means what, guys? Technical means what? Where you have to write the code. Functional means what? Do we need to write the code or not? Yes. Please come out with your opinions.
Functional, we no need to write a code.
Yes, exactly. We need not write any code for the functional applications, but for the technical applications, we need to write the, what is that? We need to write the, for the technical applications, we need to write the code. Whereas for the functional applications, we need not write any code. So if we combine these two, it gives rise to what? Techno-functional applications. So hence, under the techno-functional applications, we have the following kind of applications or following kind of things we have. That is, we call it as what? All ERPs. Guys, what is that? All ERPs. All the ERPs falls under the techno-functional. And what is that other? We have it. All the databases. All the databases comes under, what is that? Techno-functional applications, where 50% will be has to be written by the user and 50% will be pre-written. That is nothing called as what? Techno-functional applications. Now, before we move ahead, let us see what is an ERP, guys. A brief introduction about the ERP, not into that much detail. So what do you mean by E stands for what? ERP, E stands for what? Enterprise. Getting my point? E stands for what, guys? Enterprise. R stands for what? Resource. And guys, P stands for what? Plan. Now guys, tell me, what is, together we call it as what? Enterprise resource plan. So what do you mean by this? What exactly this enterprise resource plan does? Yes, enterprise is nothing but an organization. Guys, an organization or a company is called as what? Enterprise. Any organization or any, what is that? Company. This I'm just writing. Any organization or any company is called as resource. Now guys, enterprise. Now we have the resource. So what do you mean resource? Yes, see, this is the classroom going on, and for this, to run this class, what are the resources do we require? Tell me now. Yeah, to run this classroom, what are the resources we require?
Internet, Zoom applications, teachers, students.
Exactly, very good. Internet is there, Zoom application, your laptop and my laptop. All these are called as what? Resources of the classroom. To run the class, we require all these things. That means in the same way, resources is nothing but to run an organization, we require the following resource. That is called as what? The first one is called as manpower, and the second one is called as the finance, and the third one is called as what? Assets. So whereas P stands for what? Plan. Plan is nothing but how to plan the manpower, finance, and assets of an organization. How to plan the manpower, finance, and assets of an organization in order to get what is that? Maximum profits. That is nothing but the solution provided by the concept called what? ERP. The ERP stands for what? Enterprise Resource Plan, where E stands for enterprise, R stands for resource, P stands for planning. Where enterprise is nothing but an organization, resource is nothing but the resources of an organization, which is classified into three: manpower, finance, and assets. And P stands for what, guys? Plan. So how to plan the manpower, finance, and assets in the best way to get the maximum profits. That is the goal and motive of the ERP. So under this ERP, we have the following domains, such as what is it? You have it SD, sales and distribution; MM, which stands for material management; PP, which stands for production planning. Okay, and then we have what is it? FICO, which stands for finance, and then we have HRMS, human resources management system. That means how to manage your sales and distribution in a best way to get the maximum profits. How to manage your material. Okay, how to manage your material in the best way to get the maximum profits. How to manage your production to get the maximum profits. How to manage your finance, and how to manage your employees. This particular thing is given by what is that? HRMS. So on this particular concept called ERP, we have the many softwares in the market, such as we call it as SAP, and we say that SAP SD. SAP, we call it as what? SAP SD. Actually, sales and distribution is the domain of the ERP, where SAP has come out with their software. So hence we call it as what? SAP SD. And we say what is that? Oracle. Guys, EBS. Oracle EBS. That is nothing but basically this is a human resources management system of Oracle. So likewise, so we can say that the Oracle, SAP, okay, has come out with their own softwares on the domain, on the concept called ERP and the domains of the ERP. Okay, and the main motive of this to get to plan the that is resources in a best way to get the maximum profits. Yes, guys, that is the only thing we have it in the ERPs. Now let us see what is a database. Now, guys, what do you mean by database? Yes. Anyone, any idea about this? Yes, guys, clear or not till here? Everyone, I want a reply from everyone. Are you able to follow this concept?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So next, after this, we have it. What's that? Database. So what do you mean database? Database is nothing but a place where information is recorded is called as database. So a place where information is recorded in the form of a table, where table is the collection of what is that? Rows and what is that, guys? Rows and what is that? Columns. Exactly. Whereas the database is nothing but it is also the concept to store the data. On this particular concept, okay, we have the following softwares developed in the market. What is that? We say that Oracle database. That means what? Oracle has come out with their software on the database. And then we say what is that? Teradata database. Teradata database. That means Teradata. That means NCR. Teradata is a product of NCR. NCR has come out with their software on what is that? With a name called Teradata, which is used for storing the data. Getting my point? So whereas the database, this is nothing but the database. Now, guys, before we discuss more about the database, let us discuss an example here to understand this database in a very flexible manner. Now, guys, you wanted to buy a book for a subject or for a story, English story books, you want to buy it. All of you listening? Yes, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just concentrate well. and listen my, just hear my example and just tell me what is the outcome. See here, you wanted to buy a book for a storybook of English. What will you do as soon as you have decided to buy a book? Yes, guys, what will you do? You'll go to the shop and ask the shopkeeper to show you the English storybooks. What he does, he shows you some books, but whereas, can you see, it is to your utter surprise that he showed you some 1000 books, some English, all English storybooks. So now, guys, how do you make the decision of purchasing? You want to buy 1 or 2 books, not more than that. So how do you make the decision of purchasing that 1 or 2 books? Yes, anyone? Go ahead with your answers now.
I will check, first of all, I will check some book content, or maybe indexing, or maybe chapter summary, whatever they are.
Very good. Yes.
Index is best place to look into the things.
Very good.
Based on that, we can decide.
Excellent. Yes. Anyone else? Please come out. See, guys, we all are learning. I want everyone of you to interact with me.
Well, we can choose based on my interest and price we can afford.
That is the one more criteria. Yeah. Any other opinions?
I will check the publisher and the writer who wrote that book.
Exactly. Yes. Any other question? Any other answers I can expect? That's it, guys. Now, so as soon as you have decided to buy the book, you will go to the shop and ask the shopkeeper to show you the books, and the shopkeeper has showed you some 1000 books. Okay. So out of those 1000 books, you are going to choose or some buy 2-3 books. How do you make the decision of purchasing? So is it possible for you to read the entire 1000 books at the shop itself?
No.
Not at all possible. So what will you do in that case? You are going to choose some books based on the author. And once the book is also picked up, how do you take the decision of purchasing that book or not? You will refer a paper called index paper, or a contents paper, or a prefix paper, wherein you have the topic name along with the page number, the topic name along with the page number, the topic name along with the page number. So you will refer that first paper, and it will help you to take a decision to whether to purchase that book or not. Am I right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we decide in that way. So whereas, suppose you got a doubt that what do you have in this particular topic, which is given in the index paper, what will you do? You'll go to that particular page number and start reading from that particular page number and end the reading. So you will come to know what is there in that particular topic. So now, guys, what you are doing, that index paper is written in a shortcut manner, wherein you have the topic name along with the page number. If you want to know the detail of that topic, you're going to that particular page number and start reading from that page till the end of it. So you are getting the knowledge of it, what exactly thing you have in this particular topic. So now, guys, now here, can I say like this? The book is divided into 2 different parts. One is the index paper, another one is a detailed information. Can I say this? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Does it make any sense? Yes, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I can say that here, yes, here I can say that, what is that? The book is divided into, what is that? 2 different parts. One is the index paper. Another one is, what is that? The detailed part. Wherein, if you get any doubt about any of the topic written in the index paper, you will go and refer in the book. That is nothing but where in whichever the page number it is given, you can go and start read and clarify your doubt. Whereas we can say that the book is, guys, just concentrate well. The book is, yes, guys, the book is like your database. The book is like your database. Whereas as the database as the book has the 2 parts, what is the first part, guys? The first part is, what is it you have it, guys? What is the first part you have it? Index. And what is the second part of the book you have it? Tell me now. Yes. I want an answer. Everyone, please. Detailed. Okay, detailed. So now, guys, so we can say, what is that? Detailed and index paper. These are the 2 parts of the book. Whereas the book is like your database, where the information is recorded. Getting my point? The database book is like your, what's that? database, whereas the database is nothing but a place where information is recorded in the form of what? Rows and columns. Whereas this database is also, guys, concentrate well, this database is also like a book. The database is also divided, or the data within the database is also divided into two different parts. The first part is called as, what is that? Yes, guys, the first part is called as what? Transaction database. What is it called as? Transaction database. And the second one is called as what? Yes, guys, the second one is called as what? Data warehouse. Data warehouse. DWH stands for what? Data warehouse. So we can say that the book, as the book, you have two parts. The database is also having the two parts. That means the data within a database is divided into two parts. What is that? Transaction database and data warehouse. Whereas the transaction database is a place where information is recorded in which manner here, guys? Detailed manner. In which manner here? Detailed manner. And these records are used for what? Verification and validation. Verification and what is that? Validation. Whereas the data warehouse is a place where information is recorded in which manner here? What? Summarized manner. Whereas like your data warehouse, you have an index paper. Like your transaction database, you have what is that? Details of your book. Getting my point, all of you? So we have how many parts of the database? The database is divided into, what is that, guys? Two parts, the transaction database and what is that? Data warehouse. Two parts we have it. Am I right, guys? Two parts. And these records are used for what? Verification and validation. And these records are used for what? Yes, used for what? These records are used for what? Decision making. That means, why do we use the index paper, guys? Tell me. Can you tell me why do we use the index paper? Tell me now, why do we use the index paper of the book? Can you tell me?
Fast searching of the content.
To search the contents and to decide whether to purchase that book or not. Whereas, if at all you want to know the detail of the index paper, you will go and verify what is that?
Content of
Index.
Yes,
Index.
you will go and verify what is that? Index paper. Likewise, the same way here you have what is that? Like the detailed, you have the transaction database. Like the index paper, you have the data warehouse. Getting my point? Any database, irrespective of the product you have it, whether you have an Oracle database or you have a SQL server, whether you have this Oracle database or you have the SQL server or you have any kind of database, the data here is recorded in two parts. What's that? That is transaction database and data warehouse. So these records are used for what? Verification and validation. And these records are used for what? Decision making. That is called as, also we call it as what? Analysis. Am I right, guys? Now guys, here. Tell me now, let us come back to our example of a book. So the book has a two parts, detail part and index part. Now tell me, which part will be written first? Index paper will be written first or detail part will be written first?
Detail part.
Detail part.
Okay. Yeah. Any other opinions? Yeah. Any other? Out of the book has two parts, index paper and detailed part. Which will be written first? If you are right, if there are
Index.
Index.
Okay. Yeah, guys, we have 35 participants. Nobody wants to talk. Instead of simply 3-4 people are answering my questions. If you have any issues, please let me know. Okay. I don't want such people who just sit idle here. I want an interactive session. Yes. So tell me now. So which will be written first according to you?
Detail.
Detail. Anyone else? Yes.
Index.
Yes.
Index is
Okay. Guys, here the first of all detailed part will be written first. Then based on the detail, the index will be developed. In the same way, guys, first of all, the transaction database is written. Based on the transaction database, upon the database, we write what is the data warehouse. Getting my point? The data warehouse is developed based on what is that? Transaction database. Whereas the transaction database is a place where actual data is recorded in the detailed manner. Now guys, here can you see to write the index paper of a book, to write the index paper of the book, how do we write it now?
After complete all details.
Yeah. So how do we choose it? How do we write it? Suppose you are an author, guys. Suppose you people are an author. How do you write it?
A book is completed after your writing that how many papers are that.
Very good. So you will choose the topic's name. You will
Topic
choose
names, page numbers.
yes, you will give a topic name for, you will give the that is nothing but the
Page number.
Yes, headings for every every lesson or every story you have it there, and based on that you will allocate the page numbers. Getting my point? So whereas here also you will, that means if it is a matter of one book, you are writing the index paper. Okay, very easily you can write it. But if you have to write the index paper of 1,000 books, can you write it manually, guys?
No, sir.
No.
Impossible.
No, not possible.
Not possible. So for that, generally here, if at all you have a detailed data written in a transaction database, and you have to return and you have to develop a data warehouse, so generally for that we use the technique or the process called, what is that here? ETL. Getting my point, all of you guys? That means to write the index paper. Yes, we to write the index paper, we use what is that? ETL, which stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and what is that?
Loading.
So this is the technique we use it. And on this particular technique, we have right now available the products in the market called Informatica. Okay, Informatica. And then we have what is that? Ab initio.
Data stage.
Data stages, etc. there. But whereas, guys, these all are works on what is that? These all works on what is that? On-prem data. This all works on what is that? On-prem data. Now, what you have to do in this particular situation here is, you have the data written here in the detailed manner in your system. In your what is that system? Let us assume you have a system here and you're staying in some Madhapur, you have your system. And in the system, this entire data is written. But what you wanted to do is, you wanted to move your entire data stored in your hard disk into what is that? Cloud environment. So that is called as what? Moving the data from on-premises to what is that? Cloud. So hence, this will become your source of data. So this will become your what? Source of data. Whereas you move the data by using the technique called what? ETL. And ultimately you load it into the target. That is called as, what is your target here, guys? Your target is the cloud. Exactly, cloud. So this cloud can be what is that? Azure cloud, or it can be the, yes, Amazon cloud, or else it can be, what is that? Yes,
Google Cloud.
Google Cloud. It can be Alibaba Cloud, anything. Now, guys, what is the data warehouse used by the AWS? Can you tell me, anyone? See, for Azure, we are using Synapse. Now, I told you. For Azure, yes, for Azure data warehouse, what is it we use it? We use what is it called? Synapse.
S3 bucket.
Redshift.
Very good, excellent. Who's this? Redshift. We use what is that? Redshift. Redshift. Now, what is the data warehouse of GCP? Anyone? BigQuery. Yes, BigQuery is the data warehouse of what is that? GCP. Likewise, you have to move the data from what is that? On premises to what is that? Cloud environment. So hence, use this ETL, and for this ETL we use the service called what? ADF, which stands for what, guys? Azure Data Factory. Now next the question comes here. Now go ahead, please. Anyone having any doubt or any question, you can go ahead and ask. No issues. Yeah, Gajendra Mehta and Kalam, Vivek and
Sir,
Abhishek, you
sir.
want to? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Sir, will you come take a session for CNAPS also? Means in this class you will cover the same CNAPS also.
Can you come again in this session?
In this session you will also means give the clarification and concept related to CNAPS and all.
Yes, of course, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Today is my first class, so that's why I
no
asked.
issues.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. So now, guys, this is the thing we have it. So now here you have, what is that you have it? Source. You all know what is source, but source is nothing but a place where you can find the data. Source is nothing but a place where you can find the data. But actually in the real time, what is the source of data? Yes, guys, what is the source of data? So let us try to see. Basically, have you guys heard about the big data?
Yes.
What do you mean by big data, guys?
Column veracity.
Unstructured data.
Unstructured large data.
Okay. Let us
Yeah, unstructured large data with the high volume, velocity, and veracity.
Exactly. Okay. So now, what is big? What do you mean big? Split it. Big. Big means what? Huge.
Huge.
Data means what? Information. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
Huge information is nothing but called as what? Big data. Huge information is nothing but called as what? Big data. So now, guys, where do we get this huge data? What is the source of getting the big data? Let us
Social media.
Yes. So source of big data. So now, guys, we can get the big data from the following sources. That is nothing but here we have the following source. What are the sources? The first and foremost source is what is that? Social networking sites. Social networking sites. That is what do you mean social networking sites, guys? Can you tell me what is social networking sites? We use
WhatsApp.
Facebook, Insta, yes.
LinkedIn, Twitter.
Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and then what's that? LinkedIn,
Naukri.com.
Exactly. All these are nothing but called as what? Social networking sites. The data which you can find, the data which you can find on the social networking sites is called as the big data. But this is not the only one source of getting the big data, guys. Make sure this is not the only one source of getting the big data. We can get the big data from the various other sources also. What is that? The another source of getting the huge and bulky data is nothing called as what? Banking applications. Guys, what is that called as? Banking applications. And the third source of getting the big data is nothing but what is that? Human generated data. Yes, guys, what do you mean human generated data? We all write the data, isn't it or not? We write all the data. What is the data we write it, guys? We write the data in the form of what? Files, or else we write the data in what is that? Databases, etc. So the data generated by you and me is called as what? Human generated big data. And the fourth source of getting the big data, yes, guys, what is that? IoT sensors. Okay, IoT, what is that? Sensors. Okay, what is that? This will measure what is that? The pressure. Okay, this will measure the pressure, etc. And now the next one, pressure, gas, temperature, etc. All these are the sensors will measure. Okay, and the next one we have what is that? Machine generated data. Yes, guys, what do you mean machine generated data? Yes, guys, what do you mean by machine generated data? The data which is generated by the machines, such as you have the ECG machines are there. All of you must be aware of CT scan machines, and all of you must be aware of MRI machines.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ATM
guys,
machine.
CT scan is very famous. It was very famous during the COVID time, isn't it or not? So
Yeah.
can you see here? So even these machines generates a large amount of data. So all this data comes under what is that? Big data. We can say that the big data, these are the some sources, not all the sources, guys. These are the some few sources from where you can get the possible big data. From where we can get what is that? Possible big data. Getting my point, all of you? Now, guys,
Yes.
the data, whatever you have it, the big data, this data, guys, this data is classified into 3 categories. The big data is divided into how many categories? Yes, guys, the big data is divided into how many categories? 3 categories. What is the first category? The first one is called as what? Structured data. Structured data. So what do you mean by structured data, guys? A data which is properly located in the form of what is that? Stored in the form of rows and columns, such as you have ID number, then name, then we have what is that? Name. Okay, I'm just using it. Name, a job. Okay, then we have what is that? Salary and department number. Okay, guys, department number. This is called as what? Columns. These are called as what? Columns. And now, guys, here I'm using it something like this: ID number, and name I'm using it as Alan, guys, and the job I'm using it as what's that? Clerk. Okay, guys, and salary I'm using it 3,000. Okay, guys, and the department number here you have the 10,000. Sorry, 10. Now, guys, likewise you have the second row. I'm entering the second row here. Okay, it is nothing but Bobby. We have it, and the senior clerk. Okay, then we have what is that, guys? Salary is here. Salary is 5,000. Okay, so and the department number is 20. Likewise, can you see here the data which is recorded in the form of what is that, guys? Rows and columns. The data which is recorded in the form of what is that? Rows and columns is called as what is that? Structured data. Is called as what is that, guys? Structured data, where you need not make any changes. Getting my point? This is called as what? Structured data. And the second type of data, it is called as what? Semi-structured data. Now, guys, what do you mean semi-structured? The data which is not fully into structure, but still it has some structure. Hence, it is called as what? Semi-structured. So what do you mean semi-structured? The data which is recorded in the JSON files. The data which is recorded in what is it? HTML files. The data which is recorded in what? XML files is called as what? Semi-structured data. Let us see, guys. If you write the same data I'm writing it, guys. Same data I'm writing it here. The same data, whatever we have it, I'm writing it in JSON format. How the data in the JSON format will be recorded? The data in the JSON format will be recorded in what's that? Key value pair. In what's that? Key value pair. Suppose I'm writing the same ID number. Can you see here? ID is equal to, guys, what is the ID? You have it 122, comma, guys, comma, what is that again? You have it. Tell me now. Name. Yes, name you have it. Okay, name you have it. What is that? Alan. And then what is that? You have it. Tell me. Again, you have what is that? Job. Job. Okay, the job is what is that? You have it? Clerk. And then you have what's that? The salary is equal to what is that? You have it, guys? 3,000. So I'm just mentioning it here under this. Again, what is it? You have it. Tell me now. Department number. Yeah, department number. Yes. Department number is equal to what is it? You have it?
10.
Department number is 10. Yes, guys, that's it. So now let us try to just close it here. Now, guys, just to see here. So this is called as what? An item, or what is it? Key value pair, written in which format here, guys? JSON format. Hence, this is called as what, guys? Semi-structured data. This is called as what? Semi-structured data. This is called as what? Semi-structured data. The data which does not has full structure, but still it has a structure. Hence, it is called as what? Semi-structured data. Getting my point? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So likewise, this is called as what? Semi-structured data. Whereas now, so you want to see how the data looks like in the HTML and XML format? Yes, guys, I'll show you. In the XML format, the data looks like this. Can you see here? I have a table name. The table name, I'm giving it here as what? Employees, guys. Employees. Employees. So now let us see. The data will be given in what is that? Row tag. So this is your employees is your tag. This is called as tag. And now here you have a data. So the ID number will be written here. ID tag. And what is the value of the ID number? 122. Now, guys, what is that you have it? Close the tag here and now give the ID number here. That's it.
Name slash.
Then you will not have commas.
Name.
Make sure. That is nothing but you have the name here. Okay. So
Ali.
again, what's the value of the name you have it? Tell me now.
Ali.
Alien is the value of the name. And now
Name.
close the tag here. What's the tag you have it? Name.
Name.
Okay, sorry. Name.
Job.
Guys. And this file is highly case sensitive. You have to maintain the case in this. So you have what is
Job.
that you have it? Again, what's the
Job.
job you have it? Okay, job. Closer. This is called as opening tag. And what I am giving the slash
Closing
is
tag.
for closing tag. Okay, guys. So here you have what is the job as what's it?
Clerk.
Clerk. Okay, clerk is the job.
Closing.
And closing tag. What is it you have to give? Job.
Job.
Okay. The next one, what is it you have it, guys? Department number. Yeah, department number. So I'm using DPTNO. And now, guys, use the department number as 10. Yes, and close the tag here. What is the department number? So, guys, this is called as what? Now, guys, the all tags are closed, but the main tag is not closed now. So close it now. Employees tag, you close it.
Employees plus. So salary is
That's it.
missing, sir. Salary tag.
Salary is missing. Okay, we'll type one more. What's the problem? So before the department. Yeah. So guys, here you have a salary. So salary, salary. Okay. So what is that you have it? Salary is 3,000. Sorry, 3,000. And close the tag. Close the tag. Salary tag here. Just close it. That's it. Now, guys. So we have to open the tag and close the tag. So this is called as what? XML format. Getting my point? So this is called as what, guys? Semi-structured data. Now, the third is what is the type of data you have it? Tell me now. The
HTML.
third is
Unstructured.
XML.
Unstructured.
Unstructured.
Unstructured. That means these are the three type of data: unstructured, semi-structured, and what is that? Structured. So what do you mean by say unstructured? Unstructured means what? It will not have any kind of a structure, guys. So what is that you have it? So yes, all unstructured. Your photographs, your photos, videos, okay, videos, etc., etc. These are all called unstructured data. Whereas across the globe, you will get 80% of the data as unstructured only. Getting my point? 80% you will get the unstructured. Only 20% structured and semi-structured. Yes, what is it? Just put it on mute mode. Those who just, I'm just not able to find out who is it. Because there's a disturbance behind you. Kindly just put yourself on. Okay. So please put it in the mute mode, all of you. So now, guys, can you see here? So 80% of the data, what we get it is the unstructured data. And out of the 20%, you will have the structured and semi-structured data. So we can say that the big data is classified into three categories: structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. This data, we get it from the following tentative sources of data. So whereas, so what we do, we pull in the data here, that is called a source, using what is that? ADF. Using what is that? ADF. And we perform the job of extraction, transformation, and loading. And ultimately the data will be loaded into what is that? Target. That is called Azure clouds. Am I clear, everyone, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is how we make out the things. So all of you, I think today it's clear, everyone. So what exactly we use it in the ADF, what we do in ADF. Okay. And guys, from the next class onwards, we will start directly. Yeah,
Sir,
go
I
ahead.
have a question.
Please.
Sir, can I log in Azure Data Factor without debit card and credit card?
No, with the credit card only.
Sir, I have no debit card and credit card, sir.
Okay. You have to check with the management. You check, they may help you. They may help you in it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's it. Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, one doubt I have, like CSV and all these will come under semi-structured data?
Structured data.
Structured data, okay.
CSV will come under the structured data. JSON will come under the semi-structured. Avro comes under the semi-structured. Parquet comes under the semi-structured. Yes. Any other questions? Please go ahead.
Is it data lake and engineering both are same? A different kind
Data
of?
lake is a place where we store the data into this Azure.
Okay.
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 That's it. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, can we integrate ADF with Redshift and BigQuery?
Definitely. We can do that.
Okay, and one more thing. Except CLI and GUI, what is the difference between the data factory and the Databricks?
See, basically, Databricks and the data factory, see, we cannot compare both of it. Both of it will have a, the different advantages and its own disadvantages. Okay. But I can, as of now, what I can tell you is that, that is, bricks is more that is nothing but highlighted nowadays because of the delta lakes. The delta lakes is created and maintained upon the data lakes. Delta lake is nothing but just a kind of a more screamed layer of data where we can have the data developed in a delta lakes because of the delta delta lakes. The more we are using the bricks for developing a delta lake. Yeah, any other questions? Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually I have a question, like we will provide means study material for this course?
Yeah, material will be uploaded to you. Material will be uploaded to you on this Google Drive. So you will get the access. See guys, Google Drive access, everything you will have to check with the management. And the files what we are going to discuss, that files I'll send you directly. And even the recordings of the class session you have to check with the management, they will send you. That's it. And now the next class we will start up from Monday 8 p.m. Same, we'll continue the next, we'll get it into the subject now from Monday onwards.
So, sir, any other timing also you are taking sessions?
Yeah, evening 7 and evening 8. These are the two timings. Shortly we may start even the morning batch.
Sir, actually reason is that my office start from 12 to 9:30.
Okay. So hopefully, you can check with the management. Soon they are starting the morning batch at 8 o'clock. So
you will be started?
Yes, I'll be starting. I'll be there. Okay. I'll be taking up.
Okay.
Yeah, how many days it will take?
Yeah, the duration will be 60 hours. 60 hours duration.
Okay.
No, means.
Will we expect morning batch timings?
Morning batch is 8 o'clock. Not yet started, but
8 o'clock.
we will start it shortly. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, how?
Yeah, please. Please go ahead, guys.
Yeah, Samir, when will you start Azure Databricks?
Databricks, hopefully we will start up in the mid of this month.
Sir, how is jobs in ADF?
How is jobs in ADF? You are asking me. Basically, obviously, I will say very good. Rather than me telling you, you can just search on this that is naukri.com and Google. You can search, you will come to know better. I will say very good, excellent, obviously.
Yeah, thank you, sir. But I am working with only SQL DB, sir. Currently working with SQL DB. So I am asking with the ADF, how is it working with?
So basically, the demand is, because every business entity is moving on to the clouds, and Azure is a very booming product right now. Comparatively, even the Amazon, this one is very good coming up now.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Please go ahead, guys. Any questions?
Sir, after completion of this, we have required to learn some data visualization tool also for the better career growth, or it is okay for 1 or 2 years?
Can you come again, please? I did not heard you.
Yeah. Actually, what I am asking, this is okay for 1 or 2 years, or we have required to learn some data visualization tools for?
Not required, because here in itself you have, the Synapse is there. So that is enough for you for data visualization purpose. But still, that is nothing but, see, learning the things is not, that's not if you have a knowledge of everything, obviously you will rock. If you have more, the services knowledge, but still at the end of the day, we do all this for getting a sake of a good job, or we want to switch our career onto this cloud. That is the only reason. So hence what I do is just try to stick on to a particular stream and try to get in. You will have a very good opportunities, very good demand in the market for Azure, obviously.
And which language is used in that? Any language which is required?
Basically, we don't use any language in this. It is, we use a graphical user. So hence you should understand the concept, what the concept is. You should know that. Okay. Any other questions? Please go ahead.
This ADF is comes under like means yesterday you expect it will come under as pass or means out of 3 like infrastructure. This ADF will come as what type of service in like cloud? It is like software as a service or what infrastructure? What?
Yeah, basically, yeah. The ADF, yeah, it has a combination of all. We can take that either all 3 services, because platform is also required, IaaS is required, PaaS is also required, and CaaS is also required here. So we'll take the 3 services in ADF. Okay, guys.
Yes, Amir.
Please.
Hello.
Yeah, Devinder, yes.
Yeah, will you in this ADF will you cover Azure Synapse and data lake?
Yes, we will cover the data lakes as well as the Synapse. Okay, we'll cover both of them.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So we'll meet Monday at 8 p.m. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone, for your time. And anything else, if you have, you can. Yeah, go ahead, please. Please go ahead.
Yes, Amir. Actually, one more question. Will you provide interview questions also?
Yeah, I will provide you the interview questions, resume planning, sample CVs. I will give you. Based on that, you have to plan it. And if you have any other further queries, you can also call me on my mobile number. So this is my number. You can call me upon this number. You can call me upon this number. I'll provide you all which is required. That is nothing but even the FAQs, and every day whatever we are discussing, even I will give you the that is topic wise questions. In this particular topic, how many questions are covered, that I will tell you. Okay.
Sir, after completing this course, can I put approx 1.5 year or 2 years of experience?
Definitely, you can put up around 3 years experience also, no issues. Because we will go into that much depth of the subject, you can cover up to 3 years. That's not a problem.
Any code is required for to develop a Synapse and data lake?
No, coding is very minimal coding. Everything is drag and drop mostly here.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow we don't have any class, right?
So tomorrow we'll not have the class. We'll have the next class on Monday. Yeah, please go ahead. What's your question?
This is administrator or any
Developer
coding
role.
Okay.
Yeah, developer role, not the administrator role.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and very interactive session.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Samir. One question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm from Advenced, so can I learn these things? I mean, I
Yeah.
knowledge on
Phone.
the development.
Yes, even we have an admin profile in this. So even we have admin profile, so that also a topic is covered. Wherein the detail of it is that much detail, we don't go into that much depth of the admin, because we will see from the developer point of view. If you want, you can just, once I showed you this 2 or 3 scenarios on admin, you can make out by yourself, because already an experienced administrator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other?
Nothing. I'm good.
Anyone else?
No, sir, we are good.
Thank you, guys. We'll meet again Monday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Thank you,
Good
sir.
night.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.